celebrities who shine because of talent, others because of looks, and some because of their sheer charisma. But once in a generation, there emerges a figure who seems to combine all three, and then adds something else that can't be quantified. For millions across the world, that figure is Cha Eun Woo, the South Korean idol, actor, and model whose presence has transcended the boundaries of entertainment. In the last few years, Eun Woo has gone from being the face genius of ASTRO to a cultural touchstone whose influence is felt not only in music and television, but also in the everyday lives of people who come into contact with him. Friends speak of his quiet wisdom. Colleagues recall his relentless work ethic. Fans describe an almost healing energy that radiates from his performances and appearances. And then there's the Abib phenomenon, the stunning moment when a single skincare campaign starring Eun Woo caused products to sell out across Asia and beyond, leaving even the company's executives scrambling to restock. This is not just a story about fandom. It is about how one man's presence can change the atmosphere in a room, shift the mindset of people around him, and create ripples that reach industries, cultures, and economies. To understand the scope of Eun Woo's influence, one must begin with the people who know him best. For them, he is not only a celebrity but a person who has brought real changes to their lives. Park Ji-hyun, a stylist who has worked with Eun Woo since his rookie days, recalls, "At first, I thought he was just another handsome idol. But the more time I spent with him, the more I realized he had this incredible discipline. He comes to fittings early, thanks everyone, and even picks up after himself." Slowly, the rest of the team started following his lead. It wasn't because he told us to work harder. It was because he showed us how to. Another testimony comes from Lee Dong-min, a high school classmate. Back then, Eun Woo wasn't loud or boastful. He was calm, polite, and always tried to help others with their studies. I wasn't a very disciplined student, but watching him balance academics with his training inspired me to change. Even now, years later, I still remember his example when I feel lazy. Again and again, people who encounter him describe the same phenomenon. He changes the energy of those around him without demanding it. He leads by example, and people naturally follow. In the competitive world of K-pop, where idols are often pressured to maintain perfection, Eun Woo's charm is not only in his appearance but in his authenticity. While some celebrities thrive on being untouchable, he does the opposite. He builds bridges of empathy. When Eun Woo debuted with ASTRO in 2016, fans were instantly drawn to his striking visuals. Yet over time, what kept them loyal was his growth as an artist and his consistent sincerity. His variety show appearances revealed a young man who laughed easily, but also carried himself with humility. His acting projects, from My Idea's Gangnam Beauty to True Beauty, showed a performer willing to dive deep into roles that mirrored issues like self-image and vulnerability. And for those who know him off camera, the inspiration is even more direct. A backup dancer once confessed, "I had been struggling with depression during a tour. Eun Woo noticed I was quiet and asked if I was okay. He didn't pry, but he told me, sometimes even just breathing steadily is enough." Those words sound simple, but they gave me comfort. I started seeking help after that. It is this quality of noticing, of caring quietly, that makes his influence more than just celebrity sparkle. Then came Abib. Abib, a South Korean skincare brand known for its minimalist design and clean ingredients, had already been gaining traction in niche markets. But when the company announced Cha Eun Woo as their official brand ambassador, few could have predicted the tidal wave that would follow. The campaign was simple. Images of Eun Woo with flawless, glowing skin, paired with Abib's tagline about purity and natural care. But the results were anything but simple. Within 3 hours of launch, Abib's flagship serum was sold out on all major Korean e-commerce sites. By the end of the week, international distributors in Japan, Thailand, and Singapore reported the same. On social media, hashtags combining Eun Woo's name with Abib trended in multiple countries. Fans began posting photos of themselves holding the product, declaring "If it's good enough for Eun Woo, it's good enough for me." Kim Hae-rin, Abib's marketing director, said in an interview, "We prepared extra stock because we knew Cha Eun Woo was popular, but this exceeded every expectation. It wasn't just a sales spike, it was a cultural moment. People didn't just buy the product, they bought the idea of being closer to him." Even beauty experts took note. Analysts pointed out that while K-beauty endorsements are common, few idols have the power to cause immediate sellouts on this scale. The Abib effect, as it came to be known, became a case study in marketing seminars. Why does Eun Woo's endorsement have such power? The answer lies in the emotional connection between him and his fans. Unlike idols who project an image of unattainable perfection, Eun Woo balances his ethereal looks with relatability. In fan meetings, he listens intently to each person, sometimes remembering small details from past encounters. During concerts, he has been seen holding back tears while watching fans sing along. One fan from Indonesia shared her story online. "I had been battling insecurity about my looks. When Eun Woo talked about self-love during a fan meeting, I felt like he was speaking directly to me. So when he endorsed Abib, I thought maybe taking care of myself could be my first step too. I bought the product, but more than that, I bought hope." This fusion of consumer behavior with emotional need explains why Abib's campaign transcended typical advertising. Fans weren't just buying skincare, they were participating in Eun Woo's philosophy of self-care, discipline, and quiet confidence. Beyond fandom, Eun Woo's influence reflects broader shifts in culture. In South Korea, he is often cited as the model's son, polite, hardworking, scandal-free. For parents, he represents the possibility of a role model in an industry often criticized for excess. Sociologist Choi Min-kyung explains, Cha Eun Woo symbolizes a return to core values in the entertainment world. His popularity shows that people are hungry not just for spectacle but for authenticity and integrity. He is proof that in the age of social media noise, quiet strength still matters. Internationally, Eun Woo has become an ambassador of the Hallyu wave in a new way. While K-pop is often associated with high-energy performances, Eun Woo embodies a softer power, a global figure who promotes kindness, discipline, and care. His campaigns, especially with Abib, have introduced Korean skincare to audiences who may never have tried it before. For companies, the lesson is clear. Cha Eun Woo doesn't just sell products, he sells trust. Abib is not the only brand to benefit from his influence. Previous partnerships with fashion houses, watches, and even food products have seen similar boosts. But the Abib phenomenon stood out because it revealed how deeply personal the connection is between Eun Woo and his supporters. Marketing expert Daniel Cho notes, "Most celebrity endorsements operate on visibility. Get the face out there and hope sales follow. With Eun Woo, it's different. Fans feel he wouldn't endorse something unless it aligns with his values. That level of trust is gold in branding." Already, other companies are scrambling to replicate the strategy, but many analysts argue that Eun Woo's impact is not easily duplicated. It comes not just from his fame, but from years of consistent sincerity. And the end, the story of Cha Eun Woo is not just about beauty, fame, or sales figures. It is about the power of presence, the ability of one person to alter the atmosphere of a room, the mindset of a colleague, the self-image of a fan, or even the market dynamics of an entire industry. Whether it's motivating a friend to study harder, comforting a dancer with kind words, or inspiring thousands to try skincare as self-care, Eun Woo's influence is undeniable.